Hi everybody. For those that don't know me, I'm Nicola Hemming from the Soul Angels here in the UK. I just am so excited about the 21st of December and this great conjunction that's about to happen. So I just wanted to share a bit of information, kind of share with you what it is that I'm feeling at the moment and where we're going and what you can do with this amazing energy that's going to be brought in with Jupiter and Saturn being aligned. So Saturn then. What do we know about Saturn? So Saturn for me, very restrictive, kind of a bit like one of those teachers at school. You kind of respected them, but they scared the crap out of you. You know, get in line, you're here to learn. But yeah, so really not my kind of planet, I have to say. You know, no fun in Saturn. But yeah, full of boundaries, lessons, commitments, karma. But then we've got Jupiter. What can I say? This is my kind of planet. Full of life, full of energy, big, bouncy, full of optimism, and yeah, so you can't get much further, really, can you? These two planets coming together and aligning for the first time in about 20 odd years. So yeah, that's Jupiter. So what's the big deal about all of this, really? So the two planets are aligning, which means their vibrations will come together and work together. Like I say, this happens every sort of 20 or so years. So you imagine how our world and how our life has changed so dramatically in the last 20 years. This is like, what's the next 20 years going to look like? But even bigger than that is the fact that this is starting at 0 degrees of us going into Aquarius. And this is like a 200-year cycle, which is unbelievable. So we've gone from earth energies, earth signs. So you imagine, you know, industrial revolutions, like building like Billio. And now we're going into the age of Aquarius. I feel a song coming on, but there we go. And it's going to be creating this brand new cycle of energy within our lives and our planet, and big changes are ahead. Big changes are coming. So Jupiter, like I say, larger than life. It's very optimistic, good luck, abundance, you name it. It's real positive. And then you've got this rigid Saturn full of like responsibility, life lessons, and, you know, all stuffy. And on, you know, this added mix then of Aquarius as we leave this earth sign. So you imagine earth signs as in being materialistic, all about possessions, about your ego. And you've only got to look at the last 20 odd years. You know, it's Apple and all these big companies have come along, and suddenly everybody's got to have the latest phone, the latest computer. It's all about material possessions, labelled goods, fancy cars, big houses. It's all like money, money, money. And now we're going to be moving away from this earth energy, and we're going to go into an air sign. So we're starting off with Aquarius, and I think this earth energy that we've had has just been so overwhelming for so many people, very much so including our children, their mental health. They can't keep up, really worrying far too much about what they look like, what they've got, what they haven't got, and all of this. And we've got an opportunity now to use this air sign as an energy that we move away from all of this, moving away from all the crap, all the egotistical rubbish, and get back to kind of basics. And for me, I know we've had a really bad year, and it's just been, well, you know, for some of us, it's just kind of, it almost felt like the earth had stopped turning, and it stopped us in our tracks. But if nothing else comes good out of this, it's really given us an opportunity to stop, to think, and kind of really see what's important within our lives. So what's it all about then? So it's a bit of a reset time, 20-year cycle. I imagine, well, so much has happened in my life in the last 20 odd years. But it's going to, I've read loads of things out there, and, you've got your scaremongers, you've got the world's ending and all of this, but I really don't feel that. I really feel that this is a huge opportunity for us all now. And it's about coming together. It's about a sense of community. I believe that there'll be huge scientific breakthroughs, and I think a lot of that will be, I don't know, like taking care of our green energy, clearing our air. We've made bloody such a mess, with factory smog and God knows what over the last few years. You imagine now us going into really caring about our planet. There'll be like networks. You just got to think about whatever goes on in the air. It might be that we end up having cars that are flying around, who knows. But it's an opportunity for us to rebuild our planet and really think about the people on it and taking care of ourselves and each other. But, if you don't watch this before the 21st, don't panic. This is 20-year reset. You've got plenty of time to really think about this. This is like the slow burner, if you like. So, yeah, there we go. So it's time to prepare. Time to reflect, time to meditate, visualization, setting your intentions. But in order to do that sort of time of reflection is that time to really question all that you've ever been taught, all that you've learned, whether that be your parents, whether it be your religious beliefs. Your partner might have, I don't know, pecked away at your head so much that you don't even know who you are anymore. It's just this time to almost take that step back, reflect on the last 20 odd years, or reflect on, your life as a whole, and really think about what's important. And, if your parents or religious aspects of your life or friends or whatever it is, if they just bring you down or make you feel bad, if you've been brought up, in fear or with guilt or, hatred for other people because they don't have the same belief system as you, start to question this. This is time for new ways of thinking. Take that step back. Can you just imagine what life would be like if everybody came from a place of love? The whole world would be turned upside down. Because if you look at everything that's ever happened, it's governed by hatred, for possession, for, instilling fear into people. It creates wars, it creates hatred and upset. Whereas if we say, do you know what? We don't want this crap anymore. We want to live a peaceful, loving life, and whatever it is that you believe, we respect. This is our opportunity now to change it, to turn our backs on the big corporations. And this is me getting on my soapbox and getting a bit deep, but it is to really start to think, even your conspiracy theories or whatever the media, the press or whatever are telling you, do we really believe it, or do we just need to take a step back and go within and decide what we believe? Because if you imagine everything that has ever happened on this planet has been born out of somebody's thought process, their belief system, whatever that is. And, I'm not just talking negatively, I'm talking about science breakthroughs, innovations, people that have, created all of these things, is born out of somebody's thought and their imagination. So let's just take a step back and take some time to reflect, not just what we want to bring into our lives on a personal level, but also on a planetary level. We've had some really bad times, haven't we? And people full of hatred, terrorism, wars, people kind of fleeing their countries. It's horrendous. So what is it that we want to bring to our planet? What is it that you want your children to grow up and see and be a part of? A little bit of time to prepare. So it's about setting your intentions, meditating, praying, and like I say, a sense of just reflection, giving this time. For many of us, we're going to be in another lockdown over Christmas. We're not going to be able to see our loved ones and our family. So perhaps using this time and just a time of reflection, journaling, whatever it is, just sitting down and just thinking about life as it is now. And, 2021, I think for most of us, we just think, let's hope that we've got good times coming to us in 2021, because we've had such a shit year, put it quite bluntly. So how can you do this? So get creative. Rituals. I love a ritual. So, whether that's meditating, taking a salt bath, getting all your crystals out. You could create a dream board over the Christmas, one perhaps for your personal life and your goals, but also one for the planet. Think big. Journaling is wonderful, and gratitude. Just think how you could create a new reality, a new life for yourself, and think big. Think whatever. Just sit and really have don't think about how you're going to get there. Just think what it would be. Just sit and create a story, if you like, and think about how we could create a better world and what it would look like. What would people be like? What would our cities look like? What would our countryside look like? And this is an important one. Choose your bus. And if you don't like the bus that you're on at the moment, get off. So you need positive people around you. And, those sorts of people that you might have been friends with for years, you might be related to them. And it doesn't matter how many times you offer all the advice that they need, they don't hear it, because they just love to be in this drama. They thrive on drama, and yet they suck the life out of you. So do we need those people in our lives, or do we wish them well, send them love, and send them on their way? The same as, just your environment. So are there people that you need to back away from? Are there workplaces that you need to walk away from? It's just, and then on the flip side of that, it's almost coming together, finding your tribe, I suppose. People seem to use that word a lot, don't they? Finding your tribe. But it really is a case of, who would that be? Who makes you feel really good? Are there communities? Are there networks? Are there people around that kind of get you, that you want to be, that they want to listen to your dreams, they want to listen to where it is that you want to be, or, whatever your dreams are they there going, you can do that, come on, you can do this? Or are they just like, yeah, we're a load of crap, you're just talking rubbish? And it's those sorts of people that you kind of, either kick them off your bus or get yourself on a better bus. And it's about being the change. So you as people, us as people, I think we've gone through this materialistic phase within our lives. But this year has really given us that opportunity, hasn't it, to really think about what's important. And like little communities that have come together. Suddenly we started using our local little shops, and those little shops went above and beyond. We'd got cafes and restaurants that were giving away their food that they couldn't use, and they were taking it to the homeless, they were taking it to old folks' homes. delivering stuff to those that were shielding, that couldn't get out. We've really had to go back to basics. But I've thoroughly, even though, you know, financially, you know, a lot of us are up shit creek, but it's given us that opportunity to really think about what's important. It's given us time, well, for some of us, apart from the poor frontline workers that have just, you know, relentlessly been working, but for a lot of us, it's just given us that opportunity to spend some quality time with our family, to, you know, we've been stuck at home for those that haven't been able to work, at that time to reflect. And really, you know, materialistic stuff in these sorts of times is irrelevant. It doesn't matter where you live or what car you've got or, you know, what clothes you've got. Who cares about fashion this year? You're not going anywhere, you know? So it's just about what can we learn from what's happened to us this year, and about coming together, about spreading that love, not listening to the bull crap, what's, you know, on the news, the scaremongering, just getting back to basics with loved ones, being the change, being that positive change, being the one that goes out and helps and supports another, creating community networks. You know, if you haven't got families, a lot of people, you know, that they've even created online networks that, you know, if you're lonely, you can go there and be that support, be that change. So it's, and setting healing intentions. So me, obviously, you know, I do Reiki, I offer healing. So that's a big thing for me. But setting those intentions on a much wider scale. So, you know, if you're religious, praying for things to get better, praying for peace, regardless of what anybody else's religion is. The same as from a spiritual perspective. It's, you know, it's one thing putting things out to the universe for yourself, but it's now a time to set those intentions for the rest of the planet and really start caring and loving one another. I think this is such a great opportunity for us to make that positive change. Bear with me, because I always go off on a tangent. So I have made some notes, but as ever, I haven't bothered to look at them. Yeah, so, you know, it's like people are already feeling the changes. There's a lot of people that are in the cities that are bogged down, that have been working ridiculous hours, striving for money and material things. And suddenly they're burnt out. And they're feeling this absolute need, overwhelming need to get out of the cities. And that's us leaving this earth energy, going into this air energy. People want to get back out into the fresh air. People want to get out into the countryside and get back to basics and, you know, live a simple life. So there we go. I'm just so excited about this change, this coming, this, you know, I want to start singing the age of Aquarius, you know, it's just going to be fabulous. So yes, we've had a really bad year, but do you know what? This is an opportunity now. Let's just look at the next 20 years and think about what it is that we want to bring about. So there we have it. I just thought I'd share that with you. So spreading the love and sending you all loads of loving, healing energy today, over the Christmas and beyond. So love and light to you all. Nicola Hemming from the Soul Angels. You take care of yourself.